Okay, so I am officially banned from recording any more travel day videos. The first one ended in disaster, and the second one ended in disaster. What are you doing there?
Deflating the bed.
Ooh, why do you have to do that?
When you go up in altitude, which we're going to go up about 1,000 feet, then air inside the mattress will expand. Went off stilts.
Drive to highlighted route.
Brian and I love boondocking. That's definitely our preferred method of living versus an RV park. There's just something free and wild about putting down our jacks in an area where you know, hardly anyone is, and being able to see wildlife and beautiful sunsets, and it's free for the most part. That's what gets us really excited as well. We are leaving our Williams, Arizona boondocking site, which I have to tell you was one of the best boondocking sites that we've ever had. Just from a temperature standpoint, it couldn't have been any better. And then we would get up in the morning to take the dogs out for a walk, and we would see herds of deer as well as elk running through the area where we were camped. It was absolutely awesome. I fell in love with the little town of Williams. If you've never been, it's very close to the Grand Canyon. It's about an hour from the South Rim. You have Arizona, which admittedly I have never been to. One of these days we'll actually get there, and I understand it's kind of like a wildlife park that you can drive through, and there's actually bear that kind of roam around near your car. They have a deer farm in Williams, and then downtown Williams is definitely a must-see. They have several breweries down there, restaurants, and it's right on Route 66. So you get some of that history as well. And we're headed to another foresty location. You like that word, foresty? We call it the Rim, and it's the Mogollon Rim. This is going to be about a 4-hour drive to get to the Mogollon Rim, and we're happy to bring you along. Hopefully it's going to be a non-eventful travel day. I know the last time I did this, it got a little crazy, and we could do without that again. So I'm going to be the scout vehicle, so I'm going to go ahead of Brian while he parks and try to find us a site. So we have filled up with gas, we've gotten propane. Oh, we're gonna make a little stop in Winslow. Yes, we are going to stand on the corner of Winslow, Arizona.
So no trip along Route 66 would be complete without a stop here at Winslow.
We are standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. It's such a fine sight to see, and check it out. Well, I don't know if you can hear me or not because it's kind of loud in here right now. We chose a road which looked very viable on the atlas. I would say about 20 miles in, about 20, it turned into a dirt road. That's actually dirt and gravel and very washboardy. And we just had to make the decision, are we going to turn around and go back that 20 miles, which would cause us to probably add about 50 miles in addition to our trip, or do we keep plowing forwards? And you can see by how much I'm bouncing around here, we decided to go forward. Let me show you how washboardy. So that's just one of those things. This has never happened to us before, ever. The road looks very viable on the atlas. The only thing is our GPS didn't recognize it, but that's not something new. So now we just keep moving forward.
Many unbearable hours later.
This sucks. Update. We're still on the road. It's probably taken us twice what it would have taken us if we took the long way around. And we're now probably going about 10 miles per hour for about 40 miles, maybe 35, on a washboardy, bumpy road. We can't wait to get onto pavement. Anything you want to say? He's not happy. It's been a really long day today given the detour and the rocking and rolling and vibrating we did on that washboard road. But we finally made it to pavement. We're getting water right now and we'll be heading to our next boondocking spot. We're going to go ahead and unhook the Jeep so that when we get to our next location, I can actually act as a scout. Brian can park and then I can go in and try and look for a spot. Check out how dirty our Jeep got. Filthy.
40 miles at about 8 to 9 miles per hour on average. 7 hours of driving today.
It sucked. Okay, so we found a spot, or we think we found a spot. We've dug 2 holes now. See if we can get level. Okay. Looks good.
We continued down this road for just a little bit further, and I'm kind of at my wit's end. I decided not to go any further down the road, so I stop and I start backing up, down this gravel road. The shadows were kind of long and I kind of lost my bearings, if you will. Tried to do a 3-point U-turn, misjudged one side of the road, as you'll see here in a second. My back end dropped down into this berm and I was stuck. No getting out. 22,000 pounds of RV was not getting up out of there.
And I was horrified sitting behind him in the Jeep.
Yeah, she did not have nice things to say about me.
Don't tell him our secrets.
So, I start, digging out. I start doing whatever I can to kind of help myself get out of this jam, to no avail. Fortunately, about an hour into trying to get out of this, a couple of guys drove by in their truck.
Come on, baby. Come on, Frida. Come on. Go, baby. Go, Frida. Up, 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 up. Ah!
Long story short, they were able to yank us up out of there.
Thank goodness, and it took 2 trucks and what they called a train in order to pull us out.
Some straps and things, but they got me up out of
Come
there.
on,
We were able to turn around and ultimately go back and find a it was not a great camp spot right along the road, but it worked for the night. And then
yeah, it was getting dark at this point. We had to pull in somewhere.
So here we are a couple of days after our debacle during our travel day. Now, a lot of you know that we typically limit our travel days to 3 hours just to keep it easy on ourselves. We try to be out of our spot or wherever we're at by about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning so that we'll be in our new spot by early afternoon. So we're walking through the forest here in northern Arizona in the high country, so we thought this would be a good spot to kind of sit and reflect on what happened. And you know, a typical 3-hour travel day turned into about a 9-hour travel day. All right, so a few morals to the story here. One, trust your equipment. You know, usually, at least with our Garmin GPS, it's always pretty accurate. Make sure you understand your settings on the thing and that you trust what it's telling you.
Right.
That would have saved us a lot of time. And you know, don't get frustrated when you start to get tired and weary. Your decision-making process and your skills, as far as that go, they start to decline. Certainly, we learned that in pilot training. My pilot training didn't kick in this instance for whatever reason. Anyway.
I tell Brian all the time, this is what makes good stories for our grandchildren.
Yeah, and you know, this is part of the life. You know, you see a lot of you know, glitz and glamour on YouTube and all the beautiful things that that people go and see, and we like to do those things too. But you know, this is the real stuff that happens out there. A lot of people don't capture it. For whatever reason, some do, but
well, some probably don't want to air their dirty laundry in a sense, and I appreciate that you're willing to do this because I'm sure it'll help someone else.
You know, these things are going to happen to you. Guarantee if you decide to get out on the road, this kind of stuff is going to happen.
Yeah.
Just know that and prepare yourselves the best you can.
We're safe.
Yeah. And
that's what's important.
Yeah, no damage to the rig, as I said. Just a little bit of a crack on the bumper plastic. Not a huge deal. Could have been much worse. Fortunately, when I dropped down into that berm, you know, I immediately sensed that something wasn't right, so I stopped very quickly. Had I kept going, I probably would have done more damage, you know, to the jacks, or who knows. But fortunately, everything works just fine.
Right.
So, I think that's going to wrap it up for this adventure.
And I promise no more travel day videos.
Now, we'll probably do more travel day videos, but you know, hey, it's really only been when did the first one happen? Back in South Dakota?
It was June.
Yeah, June, many months ago. So
a year ago. All right.
You know,
no more
I guess it's not too bad. So yeah, live and learn.
That's right.
Well, hey, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and do that. We'd be happy to have you as part of our Lou crew.
Definitely, and hit that notification bell, and then you'll know every time we release a new video.
Yes, it's just every Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Usually. Wind's kicking up again, so we're gonna cut this one short. See you next week.
Bye-bye.